And welcome to this edition of the Native News Update on this Tuesday, November 15th. I am your host for today's program, Paul DeMain. Many of the stories we read here can also be found at our website at IndianCountryNews.com, and here are some of the news stories for the day from the Associated Press and other Native news sources. Speculation that the oil-rich Bacan Shale Formation may extend as far west as the Rocky Mountain front is sparking increased leasing of land along the eastern side of the Rocky Mountains and in north-central Montana. This area has a lot of similar characteristics according to the Bacan in eastern Montana. It's like a baby brother. Primary Petroleum President Mike Morandino told the Independent Record for a story published last Sunday. 3 companies have either drilled or received permits to drill 37 exploration wells on the Blackfeet Reservation in Glacier County since 2009. In the past year, at least 14 companies or individuals have spent millions of dollars to lease hundreds of parcels in Glacier, Teton, Toole, Pondera, Cascade, Lewis, and Clark counties. Lawsuits over the University of North Dakota's Fighting Sioux nickname are unlikely to continue. Even though the school plans to retire the racially charged moniker, attorneys said November 7th. One lawsuit claims the nickname should be discarded because it creates a hostile environment at UND's American Indian students, or for UND's American Indian students, while the others say dumping it would violate the religious and civil rights of the state's Standing Rock and Spirit Lake Sioux tribes. The North Dakota legislature agreed last week to repeal a law requiring the university to keep the nickname and a logo depicting a profile of an American Indian warrior. The repeal takes effect December 1st. The first lawsuit was filed by a group of 8 American Indian students at UND who are seeking unspecified damages from the state and university. The second, filed by members of the Spirit Lake and Standing Rock Sioux tribes, seeks $10 million from the NCAA in a reversal of its policy banning use of American Indian imagery. Money from the sale of nearly 6,500 Indiana specialty license plates meant to support the state's Native American Commission is sitting unused since the panel hasn't met more than 2 years and has gone without new members being appointed since the year 2008. The legislature established the commission in 2003 with a majority of its 15 members appointed by the governor designated to be of Native American descent, but 5 of its 7 Native American members resigned en masse in the year 2008 out of frustration with the state. Sally Tuttle of Kokomo, a member of the Choctaw Nation of Oklahoma, said she has tried without success to talk with the current governor's office about refilling the positions. Members who resigned in 2008 told the Star at the time that Governor Mitch Daniels' failure to fill vacancies on the Native American Indian Affairs Commission left it gridlocked and powerless. They also said the commission never received computers or the website it was promised by the state. A power struggle within the Seneca Nation in western New York has taken another turn. On November 5th, the Seneca Tribal Council voted 10-6 to remove Robert O'Dowie Porter as chief executive officer. But on November 6th, the Seneca Tribal Clerk voided that vote on a procedural technicality. The clerk says the nation's ethics laws prohibit nation officials from acting upon matters in which their family members have a personal interest. But in the action to replace Porter with Consular Michael Spike John, John's brother Donald John seconded the motion and participated in the vote. Porter, who was elected to a 2-year term as president last November, says the council's vote reflects political discontent over his administration's crackdown on corrupt insider deals. The principal chief of the Eastern Band of Cherokee say he hasn't decided whether to veto the tribal council's decision to hold a referendum to allow alcohol sales on the reservation. Principal Chief Michael Hicks tells the Asheville Citizens-Times that he's still praying on the issue. The council voted last month to hold a referendum during April of next year on whether to allow alcohol sales on the reservation in Cherokee County. Voters in 2009 approved alcohol sales at Hurrah's Cherokee Casino and Hotel. The business is the only one on the reservation with that privilege. The referendum would ask voters to approve a tribal-run liquor store, the sale of beer, wine, and mixed drinks only in restaurants, and the sale of beer and wine only in grocery stores. November 16th is the date for the commemoration of the 150th anniversary of Kansas's admission to the Union. The event is set for 3:30 p.m. at the Kansas State Historical Society in West Topeka. Participants will include leaders from 4 tribes with reservations in Kansas: the Iowa, the Kickapoo, the Prairie Band Potawatomi, and the Sac and Fox. Also joining them will be representatives from the Kaw Nation, now based in northern Oklahoma. The Kaw were prominent tribal members of Kansas, but treaties before statehood in 1861 reduced the tribe's lands, and its members were then pushed into Oklahoma after the Civil War. The Mississippi Band of Choctaw will take over management of the Hilton Garden Inn located near Silver Star Resort in Noshiba County. The Noshiba Democrat reports that the hotel reopened November 15th as the Dancing Rabbit Inn. The 140-room hotel is located next to the Dancing Rabbit Golf Course. The tribe already operates hotels at the Silver Star and the Golden Moon. The tribe says the Dancing Rabbit Inn will cater to golfers. The hotel has 2,500 square feet of meeting space with an executive boardroom, a workout facility, an indoor swimming pool and whirlpool, restaurant, and an on-site guest laundry facility. And I guess for those people who choke rabbits in northern Wisconsin and Chippewa country, there's where your dancing rabbits are. And that is another roundup of news from Indian country on this edition of the Native News Update. We want to say miigwech for joining with us and come back again soon.